A number of districts are banning cell phones in classrooms. As a parent, this can be a bit worrying, right? So you want to make sure your child is safe, but also you don't want to feel or let them fall victim to distractions or social media bullying. Angela Canas from AT&T is here to show us some options that can help us stay connected with our kids without needing a phone. I know this is a big deal, right? For us, when we went to school, there necessarily weren't cell phones. If there were cell phones, it was a no-brainer to put them away. But with more and more districts banning phones during classes, this can be a little worrying for the parent trying to stay in contact with the student.
Correct, yes. And we are the phone people, we know. But what's important to us is keeping everyone connected.
Yeah.
And that's connected with the most important people, and that's typically our families. And so it's super important, especially with our kids going back to school, to make sure that we feel that they're safe, can contact us. And so we've got a couple of options if you're in one of those school districts that are banning cell phones, and we know policies are different across the country.
Different rules for different schools.
Different rules for different schools, correct. And so we've got a couple of options that we want to make sure parents are aware of if you are in a school district that is banning devices.
Usage during the day.
Correct. And so I'll start with the watches. So smart watches.
Yep.
And so you've got one. I've got one. I think it's really important to know that smart watches not only are a great simple communicator for parents, but also one that can easily be tracked. So it gives you through the GPS location a tracking option, as well as I'm a mom of 3, and so I've got a kid that wears his watch, and I can track him everywhere he goes. But not only that, you can set triggers to alert you when they leave a specific location, like school. And so great option. And if that's not an option for you, because sometimes this falls under devices, we've got some really cool gadgets that help. Think wearable locators, things like the Apple tags that can easily they slip into your bag, in your book bag, in your pocket. Those are easily managed and tracked. Samsung does a very similar device with the smart tags. And so if we don't want that option, there's a really cool Bluetooth device that has a button that you can push to set off an alert to let someone know that you need help. And so that one's one that is Bluetooth, can be used on an iOS or an Android smartphone or tablet. So really good wearable options for geolocation and alert systems. Now, speaking of tablets, that's the other one that's another option. If they don't have the option of a phone, you want to gear them up with something that not only you can locate them, but keep them communicating and entertained. We've got the Amigo Go Junior, which allows parents to manage all of the content. It also allows you to track their location, as well as manage the smart limits of playtime, right? Screen time, making sure that we are using them in a responsible way. We also have various devices through Samsung and Apple for the more teenage age appropriate, where it's not just for communication or entertainment, but also for education. It's something that can be used in class to note take, capture lectures, do homework, also ones that parents can manage and track through screen time. So lots of parameters can be put in place for a parent to manage their child's screen time, review, all the socials and all the communication.
Safe.
Correct. The responsible communication, and we can't empathize enough with parents that are going through the social media stage with teenagers, but it's super important to remember to be responsible with these devices, manage them, make sure kids know the rules that are in their school around device usage, but also making sure that we're not utilizing those devices as anything more than a tool. We talk a lot about social media presence and usage. And so we always advise, make sure not only you know what your kid's using on their device, but to remind the children that everything you put on the internet, even on Snapchat, is permanent.
It's permanent.
It lives on the internet.
So this is wild to me. When we talk about going to school, we didn't have all of this technology. So using this technology in our favor is really key here to ensuring our child's safety. We're out of time, but I do really quick want to ask you, we have like 10 seconds. For families on a budget, what can they do?
Great news. A lot of these devices are less than $10 a month to use on their devices. We've got tons of offers that put them in a place, especially with these smart tags, to not pay a service monthly that allows them still the safety and security.
Angela Canas with AT&T, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it.